My name is Bill. Welcome to the Night Terrors Weekend Show. Organism 46B in Antarctica. Okay, guys, you caught me a little bit late, just setting up here. I got up a half hour earlier, still couldn't get my act together. I had 2 hours and 15 minutes to get the show ready. Eldergone says, showtime. Welcome, Oh No, It's Taco. Welcome, WJ. Bless you, W. Eldergone with a contribution. Thank you, Elder. Rhino Rex says, hey. I think I have my topic prepared over here. Yes. One thing that's needs to be done. Jack11 says, good evening. Yes, totally unprepared here, folks. My apologies. This should be the right one. We got to pop out the Twitch. Move to new tab, please. Move tab to new window, rather. Okay, good. This goes down here so I can take a look at the numbers. This gets reduced. David Bryce has arrived. Just setting up the desktop here, people. Please bear with me. Verpine is here. Verpine, thank you for the contribution, sir. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Eldergone says, this story is interesting. Yes, it is. Hello? Oh, no, it's Taco. All right, so we need that major topic here. That topic is here. And it goes down here. And let's move this over here. And don't forget, you guys, the new schedule is just one show a week plus the Wednesday night movie. So I guess that's 2 shows a week. Let's minimize that ribbon. There's tonight's show Saturday, where you will see me live every Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. And, of course, the Wednesday movie night. This Wednesday being guest hosted by Gotcha Man. And we'll show you a preview of those movies in a couple seconds. Gotcha Man says good evening. Frog Fan says hello. T-Ceratops is here. Eldergone, thank you for your generosity gifting a Tier 1 sub to David Bryce. And I have a long and involved story to tell you about YouTube monetization. This goes right about here. Oh, I forgot my little picture. I love my little picture. And that's up in here. Got to have the picture up in this corner. Got to be a picture up here. And that's in my new backup drive, 4 terabytes. And it's in the archive. And it's in the archive under Vostok for Lake Vostok. That's where Organism 46B was found. And it's under thumb 2. There we go. Beautiful Raquel. And here she is. And minimize that ribbon. This, of course, from the movie Fantastic Voyage. All right, we're almost ready. And golden on the picture. All right. We have to arrange our chat. 2112 Renee says, good evening. Eli says, hello to all. Hype train incoming. Thanks to whoever started the hype train. Oh, no, it's Taco. Thank you for the contribution. Green Tea is here. Green Tea wants to know, what is pasito? Good question. We just finished watching season 1 of The Lincoln Lawyer, by the way. Dynamite series on Netflix. Nothing like the movie with Matthew McConaughey. We saw that second. Saw that after the first season. And we had to pay for it twice. When you rent those movies, you get to watch them within 2 days, and you can start within 30 days. I thought we could rent the movie and start part of it today and part of it like after we finish the series. It took us more than 2 days to finish the series. 3 or 4 days. Watching like 2, 3 a day. on the Lincoln Lawyer. Dinkum Aussie has arrived. Thank you, Dinkum. Dinkum reminding everybody to hit that chat. And that is right here. Thank you, Dinkum. And we'll move this over here. And I will need to get your suggestions after we do Organism 46B in the first section of the show. There's our new weekly schedule. Don't forget. All right. Next up. So, I have notes here. I check for remonetization on YouTube maybe once a week. Normally when you go check, at the bottom of the page, at the bottom of the monetization page, it has little stats. Say you're supposed to have like, I think it's like 4,000 hours of watch time over the past year, which I haven't had. Last time I looked, it was like 3875. So I'm like, it was like 125 views away from getting the minimum hours I needed for watch time. But I didn't want to apply immediately because I still have one copyright strike, which expires in about a month from now. It expires in about a month. I only one left. I was up to 2 at one point, very hairy, because all you can get is 3, and then you're gone from YouTube. So 2 was hairy. But on the first one, so there's only one left, and I thought, we'll let that go, and then we'll reapply. So I go to check, and those stats I'm looking for, my 3,800 number, it's not there. YouTube changed their page again. There's nothing there about, you know, how close I am to remonetization. The only thing down there is an apply button. I thought, okay, if I hit this apply button, at least it's going to give me a chance to say yes or no, right? It's going to say, are you sure you want to reapply? Or this is how many hours you have. You're not yet ready for reapplication. The data that used to be there before YouTube changed their page, right? So I hit the apply button. Congratulations, you have reapplied. So there goes out the window my plan to wait until my final copyright strike is expired. So I go to chat, creator support chat, which is not easy to find. They hide it. And I'm so glad they still support the creators even after they've been demonetized, if they call that support. Anyway, I got in the chat, and it takes a long time to get to your problem when you're in chat. Those who are familiar with solving problems through chat know this when you're chatting to a business online on the PC. What they do is, what the chat operators do is they have this script. It's in their computer. They have this script. What is your problem? And then they pick the nearest one out of a list. And then they go to the next branch in the problem solving. And they're just reading stock answers off this, from this computer program, none of which apply to you, of course. And that's why it takes forever to get to chat what your actual problem is, because you have to work it far enough down the tree to where they get to your unique problem. So we finally work our way down the tree, which I was asking, can I possibly take back my application? I want to wait till my copyright strike has expired. It expires in a month. And finally got the answer, no, you can't do that. What? I just did it like 5 minutes ago. No, you can't do that. I got very upset. I used nearly verbal abusive language in chat towards the chat operator. Where's my verbal abuse? No, there it is. I said we should form a YouTube union. I kept chanting union through chat, union. And yeah, I was totally rude to the chat person. So that was disappointing. That got over with. And the next day, I opened up YouTube and I'm approved for monetization. That's right. At this point, and you may have already noticed, I am approved for YouTube monetization, which is a good thing. The bad thing is you have to set up everything again to remonetize. Every little thing that's monetized, you have to re-enable it. super chats, super wows, super supports, whatever they have. Every one of those you got to re-enable. And you have to re-enable monetization on every one of your videos. I have 500 videos. I'm a little over halfway through now. And you can't just click on it once and say it's enabled. Let me see if I can show you what the process is. Okay, studio. I go to my studio. Not comments, but content. Got a movie request there. Got to take a look at that later. And we're going to have to we're going to have to filter for unmonetized, which is a little bit less than half right now of my videos. Monetization, not monetized, apply. These are all monetized before, but you have to do every one of them again. All 500 of them, okay? Let's go down here. Which one do we want to monetize? Let's keep going. Those are ones I'm not showing. Those are the old comic book ones. They are in a playlist if you want to see my old comic book videos, old horror comic books. Here we go. Let's do the Skinwalker right here. Skinwalker is told by Native Americans. Oh, let's do Organism 46B, actually. Organism. Oh, sorry, org. There it is. So this is what you got to do one of them, one out of the 500. First you go to monetization's on. I must have just turned it on or something. Okay. All right. Yeah, all my high ones I monetized. Okay. Can I go back to what I just did? What did I just do? Contains. Okay, we want unmonetized. Monetization. Not monetized. Apply. Let's get that Skinwalker video. You go to the Skinwalker video. You one click. 2, monetization on. Next. Tell us what's in your video. Does your video's content, title, or description contain inappropriate language? No. Adult content. Sexual behavior. Elder Grown with a $10 super chat saying, let this be your first new super chat on YouTube. Elder, thank you so much. You're so kind. Thank you, sir. Adult content. No, I don't think there's any sex in that one. From my memory, there's no sex in Skinwalker. Violence, yeah, that's the good stuff. So the first one on every selection is safe for ads. And that's, in other words, light violence. So what does it say? It says law enforcement during regular duty in action, crowd control, unedited gameplay violence occurring after the first 15 seconds, mild violence with minimal red stuff, unalived bodies that are fully censored or blurred. Anyway, so mine is on the low end, so that's where it fits. It's safe for ads. Shocking content. I usually pick shocking content too. The bottom line is situations that may upset, disgust, or shock viewers. And I assume that one or two viewers may be squeamish, so yes, check the least amount of squeamishness here. Harmful acts, no, we don't do any harmful acts in our videos. Let's draw that line down. Both the lines are so thin on some of these things. These lines to draw stuff down, tell me about it. Recreational adult stuff to use, no, we don't do that. Enabling dishonest behavior, criminal stuff, no. Hateful and derogatory content, God forbid. Firearms related, every once in a while I'll have something with a firearm in it. I will have to check that one. And then we get to the last two, sensitive events, dealing with war, death, or tragedy. Most of my videos deal with war, death, or tragedy. So that's going to be on the light side here, safe for ads, because it's the light choice. And controversial issues. Is it sensitive or controversial? I don't think it is. So we're going to leave that one alone. But about 50% of videos I will put controversial issues. Then we submit it. And it's submitted, and what did we get? Is it, oh, on. Okay, we're on. Being monetized. So a ton of clicks. That for 500 videos, and that takes a long time. Verpeen with the second super chat on YouTube. Thank you, Verpeen. You're most gracious, sir. Thank you so much. 2112. I should have said, will he stream for one or the other or both? Oh, well, we're streaming for... This is crazy, says Green Tea. Yeah, that's what I have to do for every one of them, Green Tea. Okay. We ought to get to the story at hand. Organism 46B. And we'll find here at... I had a juice here somewhere. Excuse me, I forgot to bring my second cup. I have coffee in my other one. So, pardon me from drinking out of the bottle. That's strawberry light. Crystal Light strawberry flavor. We'll leave it within easy reach. No, we'll leave this within easy reach. And we'll leave this here. Here at express.co.uk is a story entitled, "Is a 14-legged killer squid found 2 miles beneath Antarctica being weaponized by Putin." Okay. A killer giant squid that can hypnotize its prey and paralyze humans at a distance of 150 feet using poisonous venom is being developed as a secret weapon by Vladimir Putin, a scientist has claimed. This story by Joey Miller at the Express. And Mr. Miller begins. Dr. Anton Padalka claims he was part of a Russian scientific expedition to a subterranean lake in the Arctic that discovered the terrifying creature known as Organism 46B. My notes tell me I forgot to advertise this Wednesday's movie, so in deference to Gotcha Man, coming up this Wednesday, Village of the Damned and Children of the Damned, and boy do they rock. Remember, Children is the second movie, not the first one. Village is the first one, and then Children, for all you amateur aficionados out there. And don't forget to check out my videos on Rumble, dropping in order the original videos every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific time. Watch them at work. He said the discovery at Lake Vostok was covered up by Russian officials. Whoops, we're good. Who are now looking at ways to weaponize and breed the deadly squid with potentially devastating effects. Dr. Padalka said the squid, which was discovered in a freshwater lake trapped beneath 2 miles of ice, possessed an array of weapons and was responsible for the unalivings of at least 2 of his scientific colleagues on the expedition. Giving details which sounded like the script of a horror film, he said, quote, "We encountered Organism 46B on our first day. It disabled our radio, which we later learned to our alarm was intentional. It is also able to paralyze prey from a distance of up to 150 feet by releasing its venom into the water. Tragically, and the quote continues, tragically, my colleague and lifelong friend was unalived this way. He tread water wearing a blissful smile as the organism approached him. We watched helplessly as it used its arm to tear off its head and then popped its remains in its mouth. It was as if it had hypnotized him telepathically." End quote. The 33-foot-long man-eater also boasts extraordinary camouflage that helps it stalk the researchers, including the ability to shapeshift. Dr. Padalka said the shape-shifting capabilities of Organism 46B sound almost diabolical. It shaped itself into the form of a human diver. We thought it was one of my colleagues, the quote continues, swimming toward us in scuba gear. By the time the closest scientist had realized what it was, it had grabbed him and torn him to bits. He revealed the octopus could also use its tentacles to kill, even after they had been hacked off the body. Dr. Padalka claimed another of his colleagues were killed by a tentacle many hours after slicing it off with an axe. Although with an axe, I doubt it's a slice. It's probably more of a hack. He said later that night, it slithered across the ice bank and strangled her. End quote. After 5 days of battling the animal, the remaining scientists finally trapped organism 46B in a tank. They brought it to the surface, but they were shocked when it was seized by Russian officials, who told the waiting international press that nothing had been found. Gotcha Man with a suggestion. Thank you, Gotcha Man. I have copied that. And we should probably open that up in a link. That's going to be right after our organism 46B. And we still need suggestions. And remember, when you put suggestions in chat, people, make it flashy so I turn my eye towards it, or else it's going to go right on by, my friends. I'm so sorry. I really need a producer here. I need Roz. Roz, where are you? All right, let's go. And why did I do this? Why did I do this? Why did I put this here? Well, I went to Google Earth. I want to see Lake Vostok, which is where the creature was. Of course, it's under the ice, but the Russian substation is there, right? Next to Lake Vostok, or over Lake Vostok. So we're zooming in. Here's another station called Concordia. I assume that's an Allied station. And there's actually nothing here on the Google map. I mean, nothing. Nothing. It's all zip. I mean, there are satellite photos of Antarctica. Wait, is that part printed there? There's a little patchy place here. Is there actually stuff here? They could have put photos of Antarctica. Why aren't they? What about the patchy part? Is there anything there? Can we go down at ground level and walk on the streets? There's McMurdo. I've heard of McMurdo. And there's looks like Zucchelli. European station, perhaps. Let's go to McMurdo. Whoa, those mountains. Look at that strange formation. What the heck is that? It's like a road, but it must be huge. It tucks into this mountain here. What the heck is that? What is that? I mean, that's way, way out, people. Wow, that's freaky. That's an unnatural formation, right? I mean, miles and miles long? What the heck? There's McMurdo. Come on, I want to get down to street level, people. Mountaintops over here. Oh, are we gonna get street level? I see streets. Okay, hit the magic button. Did they bring a here's the question, did they bring a Google car down to McMurdo Station to photograph the streets? We'll find out now if there's blue on the map. Entering Street View now. About to be disappointed, however, there are blue lines. You gotta be kidding me. Check this out. Either they brought a Google car down there or someone slapped a Google device on top of theirs. When you do one street, though, why not do them all? There's like 2 streets done there, right? 2 or 3 streets. There's more streets. Why not do all of them? I guess the volunteer didn't, it was like unmotivated. There's McMurdo. I assume the Russian station looks similar, although they're not going to show us. The finest materials they have up there. Finest house building materials. Oh no, those are shipping containers. Oh, we got to zoom in. I don't even know how I did that. With the zoom button. I thought those were the sides of that shack. And they save everything. Check this out over here. They save they save their pallets. Everything's saved. Waste not, want not up there in Antarctica. Down there, pardon me. No paving, of course. So can we go to an intersection and see why they didn't... how do we get back? Is it this? No. Keyboard shortcuts, tilt, heading, reset to north. How do we escape out of this? Escape key? Yes. Can we go to an intersection and see why they might not have done that intersection? It crosses Willie Field Road right here. So let's go there. Okay, here's the intersection. This is the one that we have the pictures of, where they graciously drove the Google Maps car. Is it Google Maps? Yeah, Google Maps. Where's the other street? There it is. Let's go up there. Yeah, no paving up there. No hot asphalt up there. They can't keep it hot. Come on. Come on. You can make it. You can make it. Stop sign, of course. They can bring traffic signs up there, but not hot tar. They just can't deal with it. Not in the Antarctic environment. I don't see why they shouldn't have gone on this road too, man. I mean, how long would it take you to do all the roads in this place? Like an hour? Unmotivated. Mountain in the background, that's cool. All right, back to the story. Here at steamit.com is a story by Steam Knowledge entitled, Did You Know, number 50, The Truth Behind Organism 46b. Out of our planet's 7 continents, Antarctica is certainly the most mysterious. It's an area that's been rather closely watched. I'm sorry. It's an area that's been really rather closed off to research on account of its sub-zero temperatures, making it uninhabitable for humans, despite all the buildings they build down there. Wildlife is still in abundance. However, with seals, polar bears, and a supermassive killer octopus. Yes, you read that correctly. It's a topic that's pretty popular with conspiracy theorists and even some certain scientists. The name for this giant killer octopus is Organism 46b, and it's been caught wreaking havoc. It's wreaking, by the way, not wrecking havoc, people. I've seen so many people mispronounce that on the news. Not wrecking havoc. It's wreaking havoc indiscriminately around the icy waters of Antarctica. In this article, we'll explain more about the organism, what it is, how it operates, and the theories about it. Scientists have found themselves completely stumped on what to call this creature. It's an elephantine type of animal. In other words, large, elephantine, the size of an elephant, meaning large. That is certainly in the octopus or squid family, measuring at 30 feet long and weighing almost 1 ton. This 14-tentacle organism is truly what underwater nightmares are made of. Now, 14 tentacles, that's not the number on a real octopus, is it? Let's find out. We use the AI. Octopus has to be 8 arms, right? Octopus, octo? Has to be 8 arms. Am I an idiot? How many arms does an octopus have? Duh. They have 8 arms, and they're not called tentacles according to AI. Each arm contains its own mini brain and is capable of acting independently. But the central brain can also exert top-down control. Okay, Does any squid or octopus have 14 arms? Only organism 46b. None of the squid or octopus species have 14 arms. Of course, AI has been known to be wrong frequently. Organism 46b definitely packs one of the meanest punches in all of marine life. It has the capacity to somehow telepathically hypnotize and then immobilize its prey from over 150 feet. It's a rather hostile creature, even when it's not dinner time. When Russian military went exploring in Lake Vostok, the previous story said Russian scientists. Maybe they were military scientists. I don't know how they do that over there. Excuse me. If all scientists have to be in the military? Or if the military has its own scientists? Do we have our own scientists in the military? We don't have scientists in the military, do we? Does any U.S. armed force have scientists in the military? U.S. military scientists exist. Scientists can enter the field of military research. Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines. Oh no, Marines are not mentioned. Air Force, Navy, Army, and Air Force. And Air Force Medical Service Corps. Cyber branch. They don't say where the cyber branch is. But let's not go down that rabbit hole tonight. There are no positions for enlisted scientists. Oh, you can't enlist. Okay, never mind then. When the Russian military went exploring in Lake Vostok, they encountered this animal and noted that it purposefully disabled their radio systems just because it could. One member of that exploring team unfortunately met his fate by way of the organism, treading water with a smile one moment, and the next his arms and legs being separated, only for his torso to be popped into the sea monster's mouth like a piece of candy. The rest of the team was utterly defenseless against such a large and dangerous creature. But they did notice before it attacked, it appeared to shape-shift into the form of a large school of fish. Because of this extraordinary display of shape-shifting, the Russian diving team did not think twice about entering the frigid water. After tragedy befell them, the diving team attempted to attack 46B by hacking off some of its tentacles. Well, if an octopus doesn't have tentacles, what are tentacles? Dictionary.com, please. Nothing found for tentacles? Did you mean tentacled? How about tentacle? There we go. Really smart dictionary. Any of various slender, flexible processes or appendages in animals, especially invertebrates, that serve as organs of touch, prehension, feeler. Oh, unexplained. Unfortunately for the scientists, later that evening as they were resting, the tentacles they had cut off found their way onto the land and strangled one of the females on the diving team. After the diving team had spent 5 grueling days trying to trap 46B, they eventually succeeded. They brought the creature to the surface in a tank that was the size of a small ship. However, when the creature was presented to Russian military officials, it was quickly seized. The officials told the dive team never to speak of it again, and that it did not exist. Inside Intelligence has stated that Putin plans to breed these and use them as enormous weapons in case of a war outbreak, in case of the outbreak of war. This is something that could prove not only to be highly effective as a weapon, but also horrific. One member of the octopus and squid family typically lays 20,000 eggs in a season. Thanks for that image. Though many of them usually end up becoming a fish or tortoise's breakfast. Go tortoises. Slow and steady wins the race. If they were properly protected and then deposited in the waters of other countries, the world would literally be about to end. All in all, we'll skip the all in all. All right, guys. Next topic. How is it going to breed if they only have one? Says Elder. Elder Grown says, how is it going to breed if they only have one? Excellent point. Hello, Michael. Synchro 505 is here. Welcome, Mike. Oh, we need a suggestion. We have our first one, so people, we need suggestions. Gotcha Man indicated this. I think he indicated this might be a short one. This from Gotcha Man. We're at 10:36. I'm just writing down my times because I do chapters now. Mysterious U.S. military space plane begins advanced maneuvers in orbit. No author given. It's at Newsweek. There must be an author at Newsweek. Tom Howarth wrote this article at Newsweek.com. Mr. Howarth begins. And this is a very new story, by the way. It's 2 days old. Mysterious space plane. Wow. In a cutting-edge milestone for orbital innovation, the U.S. military secretive X-37B, we're going to find out about this space plane, has begun advanced aerobraking maneuvers to shift its orbit. Oh, we got topics. Okay. Scroll up. There are several suggestions. Thank you. Verpine is here. We'll see. Green Tea says scroll up for more topics. And not seeing them. Not seeing them. I really don't have any time to read the chat. Verpine, not Verpine, is it Green Tea? Green Tea. Could you scroll up and copy one or two for me, including the names of contributors? Like one at a time, maybe? I mean, just a suggestion. If you're not up for it, no problem. I much prefer your viewership as opposed to forcing you to do work. Oh, Gotcha Man has a second Verpine topic, looks like. Did I do the Verpine one? Sinkhole Sam. Lost ship in California desert. Thank you, Gotcha Man. Control C. All right, we'll get to the sinkhole in a minute. Or in the next segment. Launched on its 7th mission just this past December in SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket. The X-37B has been orbiting the Earth in a highly elliptical path, reaching well beyond the altitude at which satellites normally stay in sync with the planet's rotation, before rapidly closing in near Earth's atmosphere. So it can go farther out into space, but then it has to come rapidly back. Is that the idea? Now, instead of relying on fuel, the space plane is using atmospheric drag to reduce its orbit gradually, a process that could extend mission durations significantly. Although information has been released about the space plane's capabilities, much about it remains a mystery, including exactly what it's used for. The X-37B is highly classified, which is why we're going to seek to expose it tonight. A highly classified unmanned spacecraft by Boeing for the U.S. DoD, Department of Defense. While the exact nature of its missions remains undisclosed, the X-37B has been confirmed to conduct experimental research, such as studying the effects of space radiation. But if it's secret, that's not the only thing it's doing. A recently released Boeing space video showcases the space plane's latest maneuvers. It looks like a hot link here, which create intense friction as it clips into the outer reaches of Earth's atmosphere, causing the spacecraft's underbelly to glow red and orange. Yes, or whatever's on there. At one point, NASA was using tiles. They must have some new technology if they're using that as entirely as their braking mechanism. It's got to be insanely hot because NASA had tiles falling off and stuff. Must be some kind of new technology to affix the heat-proof surface. When we aerobrake, there's a quote here from no credit given, unless it's the Secretary of the Air Force, Frank Kendall. When we aerobrake, we utilize atmospheric drag to effectively step down our apogee one pass at a time until we get to the orbital regime in which we want to be. Oh, this is by Boeing engineer John Ely, explained in the video. Well, that's right, we can't do video, that's right. Oh, that rots. We should be able to do NASA videos because they're public. Not only are they fair use, they're public domain. They're better than fair use because it's paid for by the government. NASA is paid for by our dollars. So everything they produce is public domain. Their video, their photographs, I assume their research. But if someone on YouTube uses that video and then they slam me with a copyright strike, which they're not supposed to do, but it's so easy, and I've had it happen to me before, stuff that's not copyrighted, it was just copied by somebody. They attack other people for infringing on their copyright for some reason. Guess they don't understand copyright. When we aerobrake, we save an enormous amount of propellant. That's really why aerobraking is important, end quote from John Ely. This precision-driven maneuver aims to position the spacecraft for safe disposal of service module components. Position it for safe disposal. Aims to position the spacecraft. Let's ask AI to explain this in 4th grade English. Please explain the following statement in 4th grade English. Quote, quote, and inside the... Whoops, turn off Dragon. Shut up, Dragon. Quote, quote, and inside the quotes, paste. And go. Oh, wait, answer with AI. Imagine you're playing with a toy spacecraft. Okay. In 20 words or less. In 20 words or less. Okay, I made it 25 words, and let's answer with AI. The spacecraft will make a precise move to throw away its extra parts in a safe way so they don't harm anything in space. The spacecraft will make a move to throw away extra parts so they don't harm anything in space. What parts are extra? The heat shield? Huh. Gotcha, man, with our link. Thank you, green tea. We'll open that up here. Get to that in a second. Whoops. Thank you, green tea. Thank you, Gotcha Man. What are they throwing away? That gotta maybe the heat shield? Where'd it go? It's right here. Aero braking aims to position the spacecraft for safe disposal of components. It's just positioning. No, it couldn't be the heat shield itself. What the hell is it disposing of? Secretary of the Air Force Frank Kendall commended the technique as a groundbreaking innovation in a statement last month. The Chief of Space Operations echoed the sentiment, calling the maneuver an incredibly important milestone. Aero braking. It could be the author might have got it wrong. My apologies to Mr. Howarth. My apologies to Tom. But Tom, come on, please explain it to us. Oh, there's another article here. And where's that? Let's see. Is that, where is that? Oh, there it is. Oh, another article at the same place. Military U.S. spaceplane begins advanced maneuvers in orbit. In a cutting-edge milestone for orbital innovation, the spaceplane has begun advanced aerobraking maneuvers to shift its orbit. Maybe it was the shifting of its orbit that they misinterpreted as ejecting items. Launched on its 7th mission this past December. It orbits in an elliptical path. Going space video, they repeated most of the same stuff. Same author. Boy, I should be an author. Add bookmark now, not at this time. It says the same thing, precision-driven maneuver. Literally almost the same article. Almost. Because the category here is... Oh, it's the same title. Okay, I'm confused now. Well, at least I picked up it was identical. Oh no, it's Taco says, an automatic jettison. Eldergone says they are tossing the computer chips. They became obsolete while they were in orbit. No, that's not what he said. They are tossing the computer chips. They became obsolete since it was launched into space. No, we got to find out. We got to get pictures of this, man. Okay, what's the name of it again exactly? The X-37B, which carries organism 46P at the controls. No, so it's the test animal. It's the monkey in the cockpit. All right, so we want pictures. Huh. It looks like a regular space shuttle. Looks like a space shuttle. Like freaking huge. Ooh, that looks like an interesting pic. From the BBC. Decent resolution. Oh, good. That's a good suggestion, Green Tea. Thank you. We now have our third and second suggestions. And we need emergency suggestions at this time. We have all of our suggestions we need to complete the show. We could use some emergency suggestions, however. So if you still want to get in with an emergency one, that would be cool. Open image in new tab. U.S. Air Force is marked on the side. It is tiles. Well, how did I get them to stick? Isn't that something? And why is tiles the best solution? Maybe because if it was a single piece, the whole thing would expand as one piece. And if it's tiles, they have room to expand. There must be expansion room between the tiles, right? Whoops. Where's my plot? Here we go. Because there's room between the tiles to expand. That's got to be it. But not by much. Expand by but not by much. Some kind of material. What kind of material is that? Again from the AI. Delete, delete, delete. It won't delete. Delete, delete, delete. Thank you. What are the tiles made of on the space shuttle? Answer with AI. I forgot to answer with AI. Green tea with a topic from Frog Fan. Oh, that looks good, Frog Fan. Thank you. I'm going to try to get that in. Looks good, Frog. Thank you. Space shuttle tile composition. Reinforced ceramic composite. High temperature reinforced silica insulation. And silica tiles. Space shuttle tiles were primarily made of ceramic materials, specifically. Were they made of all of these? Did they combine these or something? Reinforced ceramic composite. What's the composite? What are the ingredients for reinforced ceramic composite? Silica insulation, okay. And then silica tiles. What are the component ingredients of reinforced ceramic composite? A ceramic matrix, in other words, ceramic, a matrix though. I guess they make it under certain conditions, certain heat or something. Reinforcement phases. Various fibers or whiskers are used to enhance their thermal properties, including carbon fibers. Silicon, did I say silicone? Two different things. Silicon whiskers. Zirconium whiskers. You could be wearing one on your finger. Titanium whiskers. Aluminum whiskers. Glass fibers. Boron fibers. Oxide fibers and non-oxide fibers. Additional additives. Metal fibers or particles. Polymer matrices. Or fiber reinforced polymer composites. Let's not even go there. Have we read have we looked at only one picture, right? Let's check out some other pics. Anything else we can find out from this pic though? Look how dirty it is on the top. What's going on? Just like schmutz on the top. All over it. Maybe when it's going down to the atmosphere, it burns things. When the smoke whips around and hits it on the top or something. It burns things in the atmosphere, maybe. There you got the U.S. Air Force. I don't see where the pilots look out. Oh, it's unmanned. The shuttles aren't unmanned. No, this is the secret plane. This is not the shuttle. They look so similar. These are unmanned, though. What are they dropping in the atmosphere? That's why there's no window for the pilots. Unmanned, that's right. Huh. Drones in space. Any other picture that could help us? Please go to the top. Thank you. Is this a real picture? The Boeing company. Boeing conception, perhaps. Oh, it's on a rail? Open image, a new tab. Not very good resolution. No, that is it. And it looks like that's a crease in it, but it's not. It's rounded on top or curvy on top, which gradually melds into a straight line, I guess, straightish line at the back here. And no occupants. Just going up there, dropping its load. And returning to Earth. Using aero braking. Look at that design on the front. That's got to be the hottest part of the ship. No. Hottest, since it's braking with nose up. Hottest part would be the bottom part of the ship, the tail, the aft. Okay. Next topic coming up, you guys. That is from, I believe, from Verpine. Then we have one from Gotcha Man, and then I hope we're going to get, I'm sorry. Then we have one from Green Tea, and then I hope we're going to get to the one from Froggy. Green Tea says Kitty's chasing the rat. Taka says we haven't seen Kitty Cat for a while. Yeah, fortunately we moved, I don't know if I should discuss matters of toiletry, but fortunately we moved Kitty's litter to a place where she was urinating anyway. So we got rid of the urination at the same time, and also her kitty litter's no longer in the studio here with me. So she doesn't really need to be here anymore, thank goodness. But she will make a return appearance, I promise. And if you believe that, I have a bridge in Brooklyn. Someday she'll be back. No more kitty hacking. Yeah, she walks on the keyboard, people. I can't have her disconnecting my live. I'm sorry. By the way, this coming Wednesday, don't forget that Gotcha Man's going to be guest hosting the Wednesday Night Movie on Twitch. Double feature. Going to be Village of the Damned and Children of the Damned. These movies based on a book by John Wyndham called The Midwich Cuckoos, for some reason, about, and this is in the 60s, and when people were all afraid of nuclear destruction, which nobody cares about today, evidently. Pardon me. Coffee time. John Wyndham also wrote Day of the Triffids. John Wyndham was a prolific, or I don't know if he was prolific, but he was a genius British science fiction writer. I believe he has passed. And he's written several novels that have gone on to become movies. One of them being Day of the Triffids, the other Village of the Damned and Children of the Damned. So don't forget to join Gotcha Man only on Twitch Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Next up is from Verpine. Let's go way back to the beginning to our search area. Now, where's Verpine's? There's Verpine's right there. Okay. Is this the first or the second one? I think it's the first one from Verpine. Sinkhole Sam. What is Sinkhole Sam? The Legend of Sinkhole Sam at Cryptid Wiki. Wikis are usually short. The Legend of Sinkhole Sam from the Rural Messenger. That's for me. Dated this year. January 3rd, 2024. by Steve Gilliland. Oh, it's Gilliland. By Steve Gilliland. The Legend of Sinkhole Sam at ruralmessenger.com. And Mr. Gilliland begins. A couple important occurrences helped shape the history of Inman, Kansas. One an historical fact, and the other a legend. The fact is that the Santa Fe Trail passed just a few miles outside of town on its way through Kansas. And the legend is that of the mythical wetlands creature, affectionately known far and wide as Sinkhole Sam. The story of Sam has been told and retold many times, but the coming of a new year seems an appropriate time to retell it again. Once upon a time, near a small town called Inman, in the land of Kansas, I like how he sets the scene. In the land of Kansas, a legend was born. A legend that nearly 70 years ago would bring this sleepy little town notoriety for a season. So we're talking about the 1950s? Yeah, 1954. The legend became that of Sinkhole Sam. Prior to the 20s, a string of small freshwater lakes stretched across part of central Kansas. They no longer exist. Coming within a couple of miles of the town of Inman. It's widely known that back then, people from all around the state came here to fish and hunt ducks in those lakes. Are there disappearing lakes from Kansas? We got to, after we look at this, we got to find that about Kansas, right? Did lakes disappear in the Dust Bowl or something? Kansas was part of the Dust Bowl, right? That's two questions. Dust Bowl and Central Lakes. Disappearing. It's widely known that back then people from all around. Oh, here it is, right here. Eventually the lakes were drained. Why would they do that? In the 20s, I guess they weren't looking forward to the 30s and the Dust Bowl, leaving Lake Inman and a few low pockets of water that became known as sinkholes. Ah. Inman Lake remains as the largest natural lake in the state of Kansas. The largest of the sinkholes became known locally as the Big Sinkhole. And here a legend was born in the form of a large serpentine creature that became Sinkhole Sam. People speculated that Sam had been living in some prehistoric underground cavern that had somehow filled with water from the sinkhole, allowing him finally to venture forth. Or maybe Sam had lived there in some of the lakes all along, and now with them drained had nowhere else to go. Evidently no one got close enough to see if the creature should be named Sam or Samantha. But I'll stray true to the legend and call it Sam. Good for you. Two unidentified Inman men fishing at the sinkhole. Let's look up fish hole sinking. We no longer need to look up Central Lakes in Iowa, but fishing in sinkholes in Kansas? First reported seeing Sam. And soon after, local Inmanites Albert Neufeld and George Rieger spotted him also. The story goes that Albert sought to save the town by taking pot shots at Port Sam from a nearby bridge. Although the author suspects the bridge was not nearly all that nearby. Pardon me. My apologies. The story goes that Albert sought to save the town. I read that already. By taking pot shots at poor Sam from a nearby bridge. Of course, descriptions of the beast varied according to the audience and the time of day. But Sam ended up being a very large snake-like creature, about 15 feet long, in the diameter of an automobile tire. That's pretty big around. Okay, now where was he? Well, let's see if we can find this bridge, see how near it is. Sinkhole soon emanates. Spotted him also. Nearby bridge. It doesn't say where. It doesn't say which. Does it say which sinkhole Sam was in? The largest of the sinkholes became known as the Big Sinkhole. And that's where Sinkhole Sam was. Where is the big sinkhole in Kansas? And then we'll look it up on Google Maps. First with AI. Here. No. Here. Where is, in Kansas, the big sinkhole? Yeah, I really should have hydrated today. My apologies for the voice being a little bit off. I discovered I can hydrate before I take my nap before the show, but I didn't. When I hydrate, I basically drink 2 of these. Not fully full, but I fill mine 3/4 full, because if you don't fill it low, Crystal Light doesn't taste that good. You got to use less water than they recommend. There's only one referred to as the Big Sinkhole. It is located in Inman Lake. It's located in the lake, near the town of Inman. So let's say Inman Lake, Kansas, right? Copy that. We use this to edit that. Inman Lake, comma, Kansas. Pardon me. Copy that. Google Earth. Back to, I guess Escape does this. Right. Back to this. Out of Street View. We want to go to Inman Lake, Kansas. We want to find that bridge where he was taking those pot shots. Here's Lake Inman. Did it say in Lake Inman? There's a bridge near here? I don't know if we're going to be able to find this bridge. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that the sinkhole would be like a small little sinkhole. AI, which is often wrong, says it's located in Inman Lake, near the town of Inman. The big sinkhole is located in Inman Lake. Inman Lake is the largest natural lake in Kansas, and within it lies the big sinkhole. So where's that bridge? And where's that story? Story's way over here. The bridge is where? Why would they have a bridge near a lake? I mean, this is Kansas. Flat as a pancake, right? What bridges are going to be here? Oh, there's a little stream. Oh, there's a little stream. Is there any other inlets? Any water inlets? Hard to tell. Doesn't look like there's a bridge over that path. There's another little stream. Would that have a bridge over it? There's a dock. There's the dock. We can see the trees. A bridge. That looks like there's the main road around the whole lake. That's interesting. A road rings the lake. That is a road, right? Maybe not. Is that a bridge? Right there. No. You can't really see that. It looks like a stream from this close. It does look like a stream. It's meandering. What about the other side? Oh, look at the sparkling water. Pretty colors. I say that to my wife. I tease my wife all the time. She's distracted. I ask her if she's looking at pretty colors. That's a road. Yeah, that is not that one on the other side. That's a road, access road. I don't see where this bridge is. Is there any river around here? They said the river is far away. Well, from this part where there's a little stream, looks like there are river branches like all around here. So yeah, I guess so. But it looks like a country stream. It doesn't look like, well, it goes under the road here and here. It goes under this road. Okay. You can see the path. Is there any... Can we see if like there's a culvert or anything underneath those roads? We can, I think. Look at that. It looks like right here where the stream is, and right here there's a little, one of those tubes that goes through the side of the road. What do you recall them? One of those big, huge tubes that goes under the road to allow water to pass. But no bridge. Yeah, a bridge very far away. Where's the nearest river? A place called the Country Store in the town of Inman is closer than where there's a bridge. Maybe he shot it from Route 61. The bridge, oh, there's the nearest bridge right here. Where Route 61 crosses Comanche Road. Kansas, Comanche Road, right? When are they going to rename that? Here's, as far as we can tell, here's the nearest bridge. He got out of his car on the superhighway, turned on the four ways, and took aim across a great distance. Where's the lake? Where's the lake? Where'd the lake go now? Oh, I lost the lake. I went in too far. Out too far. I'll never find it again. It's far away from the lake. Take my word for it. Don't give people ideas, says Taco. Good advice, Taco. Thank you. Gotcha Man says, looking at the map, there is no bridge. Maybe Sinkhole Sam was a skinny dipper. Verpine has a cryptid to blast. Do you have a link, Verpine? Okay, where's that story over here? Oh, to blast with a weapon. Okay. I thought you meant blast broadcast. Sorry about that, Verpine. My apologies. People speculated that Sam had been living in some prehistoric underground cavern. I've read that already. 2 unidentified men. Automobile tire. That's the diameter of this thing. Ow! I can't lift my arm. I'm getting old. Ouch. I mean, it's better than it was when you diet. And I've lost about... it's slow now. I'm still around maybe 55 pounds now. When you diet, if it doesn't take your fat, it actually takes your protein. And of course, that's muscle. So if you lose weight really fast, you'll notice a weakness in your muscles because your body's using that to survive. The protein from your muscles to survive. And your arm used to be really bad, but I thought it was better, but ouch. Anyway, the size, this Sinkhole Sam is the girth of an automobile tire, crosswise, cross-section. Now, everyone likes a good legend, and the discovery of Sam was no exception. The story spread like hot peanut butter. Ew. No, thank you. Newspapers caught wind of the tale. No pun intended. And locals started getting calls from strangers across the country. Today, some residents still recall seeing hundreds of cars parked around the sinkhole, hoping Sammy would make a curtain call. In an attempt to quell speculation about their new mascot from prehistory, here the legend takes a slight southern detour. Some great scientific minds were brought on board, in the persons of Ernest Dewey and his assistant, Dr. Erasmus P. Quattlebaum. Ernest and the doctor informed Inman that Sam was one of the species thought to be one of the most extinct creatures ever to inhabit the Kansas plains. A Foopengurkle. Sounds like something that one of the Golden Girls would say. This must be where he became Sam rather than Samantha, because Ernest and the doctor maintained that no female Gurkles ever existed. Their final report urged caution. Since Sam did not realize he was extinct. He then temporarily disappeared from sight. Actually, they don't say temporarily. Never to be seen or at least acknowledged by the public again. Really? Only one sighting, then never again? Or only a handful of sightings? Huh. Perhaps Sam still comes out at night to prowl the waters of the big sinkhole, trumping through the wetlands there. I always figured those strange sounds I heard were muskrats or beavers rummaging around the cattails, but maybe it was Sammy. Millions of dollars have been spent attempting to prove or disprove the existence of Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. And as far as I know, all such attempts have failed so far. Well, you don't know much then. Sinkhole Sam puts Inman on the map, and no one has yet disproven his existence. This is America, and stranger things have happened. Okay. And we do have still some burning questions about Kansas here. Fishing sinkholes. Well, now we know that this sinkhole is part of a lake, so we don't need to look that up. And Kansas in the Dust Bowl, no. Well, I don't know. Maybe we could just... And Central Lakes. Just eliminate, just drained. Just get rid of those lakes. Now it's good farming land. Gotchaman says, Rose is telling a long tale about her Olaf traditions through the haze of senility. I guess that's something in chat I'm not following. April Coleman is here. Welcome back, April. Nice AI pictures, says Kip Riebling. Not sure which one that was. We're not supposed to do AI on here. AI picture. Was that on? Did we show an AI picture? Not of which I was aware. Nice AI picture. What was that, Kip? Dr. Claw? What was the nice AI picture? Kansas in the Dust Bowl. Let's do that in pictures. Now, of course, they drained the lakes a decade before the Dust Bowl. Kansas in the Dust Bowl. Whoa, yes, indeed. At Kansas Public Radio, remembering Black Sunday. Low-res picture here, what a shame. Kansas Public, come on. You can do better than that. Whoops. Get out of there. Try again. Is it here? Not quite. Try again. Why is it doing this? Not open. I'm saying open a new tab. What's going wrong? Open image and new tab. And it opens it. Why does it do this? Why does it ask me to save? And then it ends up with no picture. Oh, they all like that. This is amazing. Check out this. Please let this open a new open image, a new tab. Please let it work. This one worked. Check that out. A photographer taking a picture just before he gets back into his Model T or whatever it was they were using in the 20s. Just before he gets back to his Model T with his camera equipment to protect his equipment from being scratched with dust or contaminated with dust. He takes this picture of a family farm where two people are standing outside watching the dust storm approaching. And this is what it was like in the Dust Bowl, guys. Can you imagine? It looks like a man and a woman. Why would they be? They're just out there. No. Oh, la-di-da. Let's just watch the Dust Bowl roll in. Watch the storm roll in. Isn't that incredible? Nothing could grow in that, right? The Great Depression. And after the fact, ended up with this. Crops like halfway buried in dust, or maybe not halfway. But wait, the wagon wheels, yeah. Crops halfway buried in dust. And these things, I forget what you call them. Sagebrush. Sagebrush all over the place. No way to grow anything there. What you had is gone. Family farms. Bought out by the corporations, of course. After they went out of business. Let's just turn this into a vineyard. Dust Bowl images. New tab, please. Oregon or bust. Yeah, going out west, like in Grapes of Wrath, and cars that you were liable to bust down. I hear my neighbor. My neighbor makes some kind of strange scraping noise every time he comes out of his house. I don't know what it is. And I don't want to go over there and what are you scraping on the ground over there? Every time he's out of the house, sometimes before he goes to work in the morning, there's this scraping sound across the ground, like 3 or 4 times. I don't want to go over and ask him, or be curious and try to catch him in the act or anything like that. I don't know what the hell he's doing over there. It's not trash day because we only have trash day 1 day a week. Gildergon says maybe his door is crooked. No, it's a sound of like as if you were dragging a child's sled across the ground. Like a winter sled. Oh, like a winter sled, like a plastic winter sled. As if you're dragging it across. Or a big plastic tub. And then, when we drive out, we drive past his driveway, there's only his cars are there. I don't know what's going on. They have a nice dog over there. I think I might get some milk bones and maybe throw him a treat every once in a while. Green Tea says you got to go outside and look. Dinka Mossy says he's dragging the dead bodies out of the house. More stories like that coming up. Does he have a peg leg? Says, gotcha, man. Not of which I'm aware. Really good neighbors so far, by the way. This is the neighbors that are replacing the neighbor that had me arrested last year for a verbal argument, which is now dismissed. Case is now dismissed. But yeah, that happened. Get a drone and spy on him, says Verpine. No. Any more Kansas pictures here? I wish I could get the public radio one open. For some reason, I can't. Just amazing pictures here with the dust ball. Well, here's one from Alamy. Dinkamasi says, no, it's not the neighbors that blew themselves up. They were about a mile away, I'd say. They're about a mile away, those neighbors. We finally went up to look at the property, and yeah, that house is gone, man. It must have been reduced to splinters. The guy kept propane. You know, it's illegal in New York State to keep propane tanks inside a building. You have to store propane tanks outside buildings. This guy had scores of propane tanks in his basement. Evidently had a big basement. And yeah, one day they got set off, man. You can see the video. It says, it has a title like House Explodes during YouTube. House Explodes during YouTube video. Something like that. That video is still up if you look for that one. It was weird, says Taco. Inside the buildings with an exclamation point, says Verpine. Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's illegal in Australia too. Thank you, Taco. Taco says, I guess the courts have bigger fish to fry than worry about neighborhood spats. Yeah. Okay, so we're doing next up. Next up is from Green Tea. And we're at the beginning. Let's go back to the search. And Green Tea's idea. Let's see if I can find it. Is it this? I think it is this, yes. The Pascagoula UFO encounter. Pascagoula at 11:27. Probably not your time, maybe not your time. Pasca. Wikipedia. Let's go to Wikipedia for this one. I put down Wikipedia. I do put it down. But it can be a good source. Because as far as I know, this has never been never been debunked. It's, we'll maybe look at the stuff down here under skepticism. Aviation journalist and UFO skeptic Philip Klass found discrepancies in Hickson's story because he refused to take a polygraph conducted by an experienced examiner. So evidently he took one conducted by an inexperienced examiner. So he took one already. Who would want to take another one? And I forget that. So cross one off. Skeptical investigator Joe Nickel wrote, Hickson's behavior was questionable, and he later altered or embellished claims. So he can exaggerate about, something that happened to him. Who cares? Nichols speculated Hickson may have fantasized during a hypnagogic waking dream state. But what about the guy who was with him? They didn't hypnagogue at the same time. And suggested that Parker's corroboration of the tale was likely due to suggestibility because he initially told police he had passed out at the beginning and failed to regain consciousness until it was over. A claim supported by Hickson during his to tell the truth appearance. I never heard that before. But he did, but that wasn't the only story he told. He did recant that later. So another checked off. Maybe to me, when you're being interviewed by the police, it's my policy to tell the truth. Since I have this recent memory, it's my policy to tell the truth, but not about what they're being arrested for. Tell the truth when it comes to, name, license, registration, whatever. Tell that truth. But don't Don't tell them anything without representation, people. The Pascagoula abduction was an alleged UFO sighting and alien abduction in 1973, in which Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker claimed they were abducted and examined. You see, I mean, why would he then claim? I mean, why would he go along with this crazy story? He had to have recanted a lie he told to the cops. Because, I don't know, I think, personally, I would think people would tend to lie to the cops. I would think, I don't know, but who knows? Near Pascagoula, is it Missouri? Mississippi. Let's look for a longer one. That's too short, much too short. La 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 la. Washington Post. From recently. Excuse me. Okay, good stuff. It was an owl, says Verpine. Okay, and that story is right here at the Washington Post. The men claimed they were abducted by aliens in Mississippi. Police believed them. There you go. Already have an account. Uh-oh. Let's try our magic trick here. Can we get around this crap? I think that we can. I am guessing yes. Let me go to my secret setting and uncheck it. Where'd it go? Not over there. Where is it? I don't see it. I don't see my secret choice. Oh, there we go. Oh, what do you know? We got the full article. Very nice. So that's Hickson, I guess. There's a younger man. What is certain about the night of October 11th, 1973 is this. Written by Gillian Brockell, by the way. Gillian Brockell. When Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker arrived at the sheriff's department in Mississippi, they were frantic. Or scraping on the ground outside. They told authorities they had just been abducted by aliens. Each had a puncture wound in one arm. Physical evidence. Police tried to catch them in a lie, but it didn't work. Both men later passed polygraph tests. See? They took polygraph tests, they both passed. And then they want them to take another one? No, forget that. On Saturday, the riverbank where the men said the close encounter happened got a historical marker. It's a hot link. What is it? We're sorry. There's not a webpage matching your entry. Got to be a picture of that marker, rather, because this is the Pascagoula, the City of Pascagoula official website. So let's see if we can go to Wayback Machine and get that picture. Copy the address first. Go to Wayback Machine. Under YouTube Research, I believe. Where is it? Where is YouTube Research? I forget all my stuff is now. Why is my YouTube Research not here? Oh, it's over here. Duh. Research. The one at the very top. First listing. And go. Okay, let's go back to 2019, you know, when it was first put up and when this article was written. And take a snapshot in December at 11 a.m. And it's thinking about it. Pascagoula holds special events this Saturday. Only one page. I don't see anything about it being something being dedicated. So, different date, perhaps. 2019. When was the article written? June 26, 2019. What's the closest after June? August it is. At 5 a.m. There better be a picture of the marker here. Or news about it. Same thing. There's only 3 events listed. Men's Club Fishing Rodeo. Oh, here it is. At 6 p.m. at the Lighthouse Park Gazebo, Main Street, Pascagoula will host a dedication of a historic marker commemorating the 1973 UFO encounter involving Calvin Parker and Charles Hickson on the banks of the Pascagoula. The historic marker dedication will take place next to the Lighthouse Park boat launches, where the fishing rodeo weigh-in takes place. Never a big fisherman myself. My pop is. Never a big one myself. Although I have fished a couple of times. One time I used the WD-40 trick. But then who wants to eat a fish that you used to catch WD-40? It worked so good. I had a fish within 5 minutes. Yeah, please do not attempt this at home. I'm not recommending this method. Can we see the historic marker itself? Let's go here. Copy that. Historic marker details. Go to where there are pictures. Paste that in. And there she be. One from NPR. We have bad experience there, however. One from the Historical Marker Database. I did not know there was a Historical Marker Database. And not very good resolution, though. I don't think we could read that. Come on, we need one high resolution, people. Another one from NPR. Okay, let's take a risk on NPR then. What's this resolution? Not going to tell us yet. What's this one? Resolution's better. 1400. What about the one and only last one? That even better. So this is the best one so far. It's still NPR. Open image in new tab. Opens the image. This time we got it. A little blurry, however. It was the evening of October 11th, 1973, when 2 local shipyard workers went fishing. Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker had picked their spot on the west bank of the East Pascagoula River, between the railroad and Highway 90, and the Highway 90 bridge. As dusk fell, a buzzing sound alerted them to a football-shaped craft hovering behind them. Out of the craft glided 3 creatures who carried them back into the space vehicle. Parker fell unconscious. Oh, so he was unconscious after to debunk these, they changed the story itself. He fell unconscious after he entered the vehicle. And Hickson was paralyzed. Inside the craft, Hickson was examined by a robotic eye. Then both men were deposited back on the riverbank, and the spaceship shot away. The men promptly reported the encounter to the Jackson County Sheriff's Department. A secretly made recording, which was legal at the time in Mississippi. I guess they don't have a, what do they call it, third-party recording anymore. We do in New York State. You can't make it public, but you can you can't publicize it, usually. Unless it's a famous person, a public person, I guess. I'm not a lawyer. Don't take this as legal advice. But in this state, you can record a conversation if one person knows about it and keep it for your own use. In court, whatever. As long as one person knows the recording is being made. And that includes if the recording is being made by you and only you know. As long as one person in the conversation knows the recording is being made, it's legal in my state. Evidently not any longer in Mississippi. Promptly reported the encounter to the sheriffs. He secretly made recording legal at the time when the men were alone, confirmed they were terrified, and had no intent of deception. The next day, they were transported to Keesler Air Force Base, where they were interviewed, and they received they were checked for radiation. The results were negative. Subsequently, Hickson passed a lie detector test. Here we go. He passed that test. As word flashed through the news, hordes of unidentified flying objects, investigators, descended on our county. It actually says descended on Jackson County. One of these was Dr. J. Allen Hynek, professor of astronomy at Northwestern and a leading UFO expert in America. He went to Pascagoula and interviewed the men, concluding, quote, and the quotes are right here in the historical marker, "These men had a very real, frightening experience. They are absolutely honest. They have had a fantastic experience." Hickson even appeared on the Dick Cavett Show, a popular late-night TV talk show, and interest in the event went worldwide. Over the years, multiple magazine articles and 2 full-length books have told the story. Not enough books. Not enough books. There are plenty of theories about the occurrence, ranging from hypnagogic reverie, which is semi-awake dreaming, to a true encounter. That covers plenty of theories. Come on, you got the historic marker. You're writing a historic marker. Give us some more theories. Regardless, it remains the best documented case of alien abduction, particularly since there's a secret tape involved, and not one, but 2 witnesses. My voice is really breaking down now. I got to remember that hydration. So that was the marker. Let's swoop out of that for a second. It's pretty nice. There's a little footbridge here. You can tell it's a footbridge because you can see water just on the other side. That water marks the spot, I guess. So if that marks the spot, we could maybe find the spot on Google Earth, do you think? How could we narrow it down? Is the picture still there? It says they were between the railroad and Highway 90 bridge. It says the East Pascagoula River. Pascagoula is how you spell that. East Pascagoula River, Mississippi, between the railway and Highway 90 bridge. So, escape. Oh, here we go. East Pascagoula Bridge, Mississippi. Oh, not too far from Kansas. We got East Pascagoula Street. Oh, the bridge, people. The street. The bridge. Bridge here, please. Even farther away, obviously. Where is it marked? Oh, red right here? East Pascagoula is marked. Where's the railroad tracks? Why didn't it center the results? There's Highway 90. What about Highway 90? Between the railroad and Highway 90. On the west bank of the Pascagoula. There's Highway 90. Where's the river? Where's the rail? Not seeing the rail yet. Maybe that's the river right here? Is that the Pascagoula? It says... Excuse me. Shram... Claw... I don't see Pascagoula there. If only I was local. Pascagoula River, huh? There's a river there. Pascagoula. Is this the Pascagoula? Is that a river? No, it's like on the coast. Where's the famous Pascagoula? Maybe if we got in closer. It would give a river name. No, that's the Escatawpa River. No wonder I couldn't read it. Escatawpa. There's the Pascagoula. This is the Escatawpa River again. Where's the Pascagoula, people? There it is. It's the Pascagoula River Audubon Center. Well, that's a ways away. That's way far from the Highway 90. Is that Pascagoula River? Still no name. Is that the Pascagoula? Come on, people. They name everything river. I mean, they name all their little waterways as rivers. What is this one? No name given. What the heck, people? Bellevue Avenue. No name given on that river. Pascagoula River Audubon Center, it says there. There's the Pascagoula right there, okay. Well, that's so weird. It's like among swampland or something. So there's the Pascagoula. We follow the Pascagoula. It's like it's part of the ocean though, right? Pascagoula River. Pascagoula of high rise. There's 90. That's got to be 90. Okay, where's the rail? There's the rail. Okay. That's got to be the rail right there, right? There's 90. It says Denny Avenue, though. But it is 90. Let's see if that's the rail. Absolument. Absolutely. That is the rail, man. Railroad tracks. Okay, between the there and there on the west side, east-west. So it's a fairly short area we have to look in here. And I would think it would be, well, geez, how are we going to, are there clues in the picture? Here's a guy standing by it. Standing by the historical marker. Footbridge, looks like a dock here maybe, kind of set up. Footbridge. There's 90. So they were very near 90. Okay. So west side. Marker has to be right about there. Maybe even here at this crook here. But wait, the bridge is in the picture. The bridge is over water on his right. And that says Pascagoula on the top, so that's the photo itself is not reversed. Oh, good resolution. This video is not reversed, but the bridge is on his right. They said between 90 and the railroad tracks, but that would be the other side of this. The other side of 90 would be between the 90 and the tracks on the west side. Maybe they got it wrong. Where is that? Oh, it was on the thing itself, right? We saw it. It says on the west bank between the railroad and Highway 90. But the marker's not between there. The marker's on the other side of 90. So that is. It's like he's standing like right here, right? There's a parking area here. Maybe at the parking area. This is where this guy is standing. Not over here between the railroad tracks and 90. So they were probably fishing right here. Where you drive down here and maybe there's a place to park. This is where they were fishing. Off of Port River Road. What is that thing? It's 3D. Check that out. There's a big structure right there. Do you see it? It's almost like a cell tower. Looks like a big ungainly cell tower to me. Oh, we could see what it is from the ground, I guess. If we go to Street View. But this is probably where they were. I don't see any parking spaces, but there you could probably park a car there. At this place here. And maybe there was more parking back then. Over here, you might have been able to drive right off the road and park. Who knows? If they had a vehicle at all, if they didn't just walk there. So the historical marker, I'm thinking, and we saw that fancy bridge, right? And there's the footbridge, right? There's the footbridge. So the marker's somewhere like right here, I think. Check out the picture again. He's very near 90. But yet the footbridge goes in front of him. And there's a little, like a little offshoot or a corner. No, that's not an offshoot. The bridge does not continue. That is a leg of the walkway. And probably the end of the walkway. So he's right by the end of the walkway. Very near the bridge. But this walkway does continue. But it's the only walkway we got. So, right here maybe? So let's go to Street View. We'll go right here where we might be able to see it. Let's say here, Street View. Oh, they didn't go over here. Freaking Google. My second complaint about Google Maps, man. They didn't go over here. Google didn't go over here. No blue lines, see? No blue lines at River Park. Where's the blue lines anyway? Right here. Okay, I doubt we'll be able to see it from Clark Street, but we'll give it a shot. What a shame. Was that the structure we saw on the other part? Where's the bridge? There's 90. Huh. But he's very near the water. That guy in the picture. Can we go this way? Yeah, no way to see in this picture where the marker is. But Google Earth didn't go over here and investigate the park. Oh, because there's no roads. It's all paths. They're all walking paths. But usually you can go like into a parking lot, right? Not, not here. They're all footpaths. That's why they didn't go there. The Google camera's on top of a car that takes the street view pictures. Space plane is unmanned, says Eldron. Okay, guys, don't forget this coming Wednesday, guest host Gotcha Man on movie night, only on Twitch, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and a double feature, a great double feature from the horrified nuclear 60s, Village of the Damned, followed by Children of the Damned, the sequel. Be there or be square. Until then, may God bless and protect you all.